You know, a lot of people ask me sometimes, what does it take to kill a mature buck? And the answer is easy, is don't kill the young ones, you know. But it's really not that simple. First, you've got to be in an area that produces big bucks, because, you know, there's areas, there's people, they can hunt as well as possible. They could do everything just right. And if there aren't any big bucks, you're not going to kill them. You know, that's the way it is. And some areas don't grow big bucks. The biggest thing is after you've done your homework, you know the wind direction that you need to hunt, you know the where you need to hunt to intercept this animal, you've got all that down. The next thing, and one of the most important things, is to practice restraint. It's so easy. I mean, I've heard every excuse in the world to why they shot that animal. You know, I mean, I thought he was bigger, he looked older, it happened so fast. You know, there's all kinds of stuff that you hear, but you can't revive them. You can't give them mouth to mouth after you shoot them. So I would feel better not having shot a buck and wishing that I had after I got a better look later, than shooting him and having no chance at all ever of shooting him when he's older and bigger. And I've had cases where even older, bigger bucks that I lost an opportunity to kill and thought to myself, man, I'll never see that buck again. I kill him the next year. You know, that's what's so sweet about redemption sometimes. But, you know, here's the thing, is every time a buck passes your stand and you don't kill him, you know, say a 3-year-old goes by and, you know, he's sporting a 130-inch rack, and you don't kill him because you know there's a fair chance that you'll have an opportunity to shoot that buck when he's a 4-year-old or 5-year-old or a 6-year-old. You're that much closer to killing a 5 or 6-year-old buck. And every time that you don't shoot one, this is my opinion, this is how I feel and how I measure success. Every time a buck passes my stand within bow range and I don't shoot him, I feel like I had a successful hunt, you know, because I've hunted a lot of places that never had an opportunity to shoot anything near what I'm passing now, and I would have been just totally elated to have had that chance. So that's success to me. So, and not only is it success to me, but it brings you that much closer. And every time that you're not busted, here's a big thing too, is I believe that less is more. It's more important to hunt the right times and under the right conditions than it is to hunt. Because every time that you're even caught by a doe, a doe catches you, you've reduced your chances of killing a mature buck. Because what a lot of people don't realize is that the mature bucks, they rely on those does to let them know when danger's in the area. Not so much with a young buck. A lot of times a young buck will run in. He's the dumbest one in the whole herd. But an old buck, he'll step back and he'll watch those does and their behavior. So they may not leave the area. Just because a doe busts you, she may not leave the area, but she'll circumvent your stand. She'll either circumvent your stand or she'll look for you when you're in the woods. You know, a lot of times you get caught by an old nanny doe. She catches you coming into the timber, and you get in your stand, and by God, she comes and finds you. And then she finds you and she stomps and she shifts and she stomps. And now every time that, whether you're in that stand or not, she's coming to that stand to see if you're in there, you know, so that's like the worst thing. So less is more is the fewer times that you get caught by does, the more chances you have of killing a big buck, and the more bucks that pass within bow range. That gives you the knowledge of knowing that any time a big buck can use that same trail, because that's a buck trail, and you'll get a shot at him.
You know, there's a lot of things that go into shooting these big mature whitetails, but you know, a couple, 2 or 3 that come to mind first for me would definitely be dedication. You know, when I started hunting a lot of days of the year, you know, I'm talking 30, 40, maybe 50 days of the season, you know, that's when I started noticing, you know, my trophies going up.
Look at that.
So I think there's a lot to be said about seat time and dedication. I think recon's another big one, you know, knowing what is in your area, you know, the recon, or, you know, knowing that you've got 180 or 200 or 170 inch bucks in the area so that you can pass the 150s and 160s, you know. And I think with the recon, it kind of goes right into the patience. You know, when I know I've got a 180 or a 200-inch animal, I get very patient. You know, it's real easy for me, you know, if I'm hunting a block of woods or I'm hunting a farm that I know there's a 200-inch animal in, it gets real easy for me to pass the 160 and 70-inch deer, you know. So I think those are three things. You know, you got your recon, your patience, your dedication. I think those are three bullet points that you know, if a guy takes in the woods year in and year out, you're going to be really consistent with harvesting these big mature whitetails.
When it comes to killing big bucks, I don't want anyone to think that it's easy. It takes a ton of time and dedication. You have to start with a good farm. The farm must have diverse structure, good cover, and tons of food. Then you have to make sure you keep your age structure in check by passing the little guys and taking out some does. These steps are a must. Then it basically boils down to how much time you have to do your homework. I'm talking quality food systems, trail cameras, and plain old time spent in that field and on stand. But remember, pressure is everything. Don't think you can go into your farm and lollygag around like it's a circus. Only go in with a purpose so your deer don't even know you exist. If you use these rules throughout the year, if nothing else, you'll have a quality hunt. But through the years, your wall of fame is surely going to grow, just like your bucks will.